Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here with another Week 7 game preview. And today we're going to be going over the Bears versus Saints. Let's get it started. We're going to start with the over-under, which is very low at 37. And the spread is -4, Chicago. So we're going to start with the Saints. Teddy Bridgewater is still the starting quarterback with Drew Brees out. 15 fantasy points last week against the Jags. 1 touchdown, 240 yards. It's not too great. And he's going against the Bears this week, who are much better than the Jaguars. So I don't think that Teddy Bridgewater is a start this week. Let's get down to wide receiver. Obviously, you're starting Michael Thomas. I would temper my expectations, though. The Bears are second against the wide receiver. And I do not see Michael Thomas having a great game. I'm not starting Ted Ginn or any other wide receivers on that team. Alvin Kamara is out, unfortunately, this week, so you can fire up your Latavius Murray. I think that he gets about 20 touches this week. Now, what he can do with that, I'm not quite sure, but he is great in the red zone. So if they do get down in the red zone, I believe Latavius Murray can get used. And if there is a spot where you can attack the Bears, I believe it's going to be the run game. And they just lost one of their defensive linemen, so I think that should also help the run game. Jared Cook. I believe he's also injured and out this week, so obviously you can't start him. And even if he was not injured, I'm personally not trying to play Jared Cook again. I don't like to play anybody against the Bears. The Bears are a ridiculously gross defense. They're beastly. But I do think you can start the Saints defense against them because I don't think offensively they're going to play well with their backup, Chase Daniels. 1 second. Let me get the Bears information down. All right, here we go. Bears, Chase Daniels had a meh game. 17 fantasy points, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. What can you expect from a backup? I mean, Allen Robinson had a great game last week. 28 fantasy points, 8 targets, 7 receptions, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's wonderful. But I think he's going to get shadowed by Lattimore, and we saw what he did to Mike Evans, who I think is a better wide receiver than Allen Robinson. I don't think Allen Robinson has a very good game this week, so I would temper my expectations from that. Not starting the other wide receivers. Man, David Montgomery. David, you came in this year. We all had high hopes for you, buddy. But you are not playing very well. Averaging less than 10 fantasy points a game. Only 1 target, 1 reception last week for 11 yards. 11 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Really got saved by that touchdown because without the touchdown, man, that was an awful, awful outing. Hopefully he can turn it around, but I don't think he's going to turn around against these Saints defense because the Saints are 4th against the running back, and I do not think that he's going to be able to overcome that. They're only allowing 13.6 fantasy points a game to the running back position, so I'm not starting him unless you are very desperate. And obviously, if you have the Bears defense, you're going to start the Bears defense. So I think that that's going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, hit me up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mike Williams, Fantasy Bay. I'm out.